This motion includes movement at the shoulder girdle, glenohumeral joint, and elbow joint. The starting position includes the server standing upright with their head and eyes facing forward. This position has a staggered stance with the left foot slightly forward due to our server being right-handed. Therefore, her right leg is bearing the weight until the acceleration and follow-through. The right upper extremity is lowered with the elbow flexed. The left upper extremity is also lowered with the elbow flexed, holding the ball.
Phase 1 includes a starting position and the wind-up in preparation for the ball toss, with motions at the right shoulder girdle, glenohumeral joint, and elbow joint. One of the motions at the shoulder girdle includes upward rotation, which is a concentric contraction of the upper trapezius, lower trapezius, and serratus anterior. Another motion includes elevation, which is a concentric contraction of levator scapula and upper trapezius. The third motion that occurs is retraction, which is a concentric contraction of the middle trapezius and rhomboids. The first motion at the glenohumeral joint is slight flexion with concentric contraction of the anterior deltoid and pectoralis major via the clavicle portion. Another motion that occurs is horizontal abduction with concentric contraction of the posterior deltoid, infraspinatus, and teres minor. Another concentric contraction of infraspinatus, teres minor, and the posterior deltoid results in lateral rotation. The motion at the elbow joint is flexion with concentric contractions at the brachioradialis, brachialis, biceps brachii, and pronator teres. The forearm is held in a neutral position via isometric contractions of the pronator teres and pronator quadratus.
Phase 2 consists of motions among the same three joints. However, this phase includes the acceleration of the right upper extremity and contact with the ball. The motion at the shoulder girdle in Phase 2 is protraction. It results from a concentric contraction of the pectoralis minor and serratus anterior. At the same time, upward rotation and elevation are held isometrically from Phase 1 through Phase 2. The first motion at the glenohumeral joint is adduction. This is a concentric contraction of latissimus dorsi, pectoralis major, teres major, and the anterior deltoid. The next motion is flexion. It is a concentric contraction of the sternal portion of the pectoralis major and anterior deltoid. Lastly, the glenohumeral joint medially rotates to neutral through concentric contraction of the latissimus dorsi, pectoralis major, anterior deltoid, teres major, and subscapularis. The first motion seen at the elbow joint in Phase 2 is extension. This is a concentric contraction of the triceps brachii. Pronation is also seen at the elbow joint due to concentric contractions of the pronator teres and pronator quadratus.
The final phase consists of the deceleration of the right upper extremity after it strikes the ball. The first motion seen at the shoulder girdle during Phase 3 is downward rotation into a neutral position. This is an eccentric contraction of the upper trapezius, serratus anterior, and lower trapezius. Depression also occurs. This is an eccentric contraction of levator scapula and upper trapezius. The final action at the shoulder girdle is protraction. This is an eccentric contraction of the middle trapezius and rhomboids. The first motion at the glenohumeral joint is extension. This is an eccentric contraction of the anterior deltoid and supraspinatus. Slight medial rotation is also present at the glenohumeral joint. This action occurs through an eccentric contraction of the posterior deltoid, infraspinatus, and teres minor. The first portion of phase 3, at the elbow joint, is an isometric contraction of the triceps brachii. This holds the elbow in extension. The second portion of phase 3, at the elbow joint, is slight flexion. This is a concentric contraction of the biceps brachii, brachialis, and brachioradialis. This action occurs when the server allows her right upper extremity to fall to her side. Pronation is isometrically held throughout the entire duration of phase 3. This is accomplished by the pronator teres and pronator quadratus.
I can't understand him. Okay, wait, you need to go forward a little more. I can't, right there. No, forward, 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 there. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you good. Yeah, you got it. I was gonna hit you.
The eccentric contraction of these muscles makes something move. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.
You don't even know the words.